This is going to be awesome. You're not going to want to miss this. What is going on YouTube? If you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button down below. So we're here at Kassel Performance again, but not for us, for my buddy Pat. He has his IA here. We're gonna dyno it because we just did a stock run, and now he's gonna do the Kassel Performance tune run. He also has a tune from a friend of his over in the UK that has driven with a tune on his car and he loves it. So we're gonna test that tune as well. But enough from me. Let's hear from Pat himself. If you don't know Pat, make sure you check out his page, Pat's Garage Online. He is the i8 Knowledge King. You need to check out his page, and here he is right now.
How you doing, guys? Pleasure to see you all. I know that you've probably seen me in some of the previous videos when Soto had his BMW up here at Kassel. What a great day that was, and it's awesome to have everybody here again. The BMW i8, check out my channel for more information. Just a quick rundown on the car. It's 357 horsepower, 420 pounds-feet of torque. It's a hybrid car, so a lot of that torque comes from that electric motor up front, and there's a mid-engine in the back, just a little 1.5 liter. But I'm really curious what numbers this thing is going to produce, and then get to check out the tunes that are going to be on the car and see exactly what it can do down the road, because I want a little bit more drivability, I want a little bit more performance, and from everything I've seen happen to Soto's car here at Kassel, I'm completely happy, and I'm looking forward to letting Kassel tune this car. Just keep pressing and hold past the engine oil reset. Now I'm down into the identification system test start roller, and literally if I press, now I'm at start roller, press and hold. Now I'm in this mode. I should be able to turn traction control off at this time. So now we're in roller mode and traction control is turned off. I don't know how it's going to behave. I've never done this before. So it may work, it may not work. I don't know what it's going to do, but now you're actually in roller mode.
Can we long press DTC?
Yeah, you can long press it, but I don't know what it's going to do.
You should turn it fully off, right?
I would hope so.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, yeah, press and hold completely. So press and hold that for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then we get DSC completely inactive and it's in roller mode. Now, in order to start it, you're going to put your foot on the brake, you're going to put it in gear, and then you're going to move the lever over to the left, and that'll start the mid-engine. So now you're all-wheel drive, and at that point, just hit the downshift, and you're in first gear. So you have shifter paddles, or you can use the center controller to shift.
How fast wheel speed does first gear take me?
I want to say like 60.
How fast does second gear take me?
Wait a second. I'm going to tell you that your 0 to 60 is going to happen at the beginning of third gear. So first gear is not going to take you to 60. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know that it's 1.14 to 1 final ratio in your fourth gear, and your fifth gear is more of an overdrive, like 0.82. So I think fourth gear is the best gear.
So we want to make a pull in fourth gear, and it has a traditional rev counter for me. Where does it currently? It's like 6,000 RPM rev cut?
It's a 6,500 RPM. When you turn DSC off and everything off, it should push it to 6,500. Now, it will probably shift for you automatically. That's the one thing, maybe not in roller mode, but by default, if I have it in fourth gear manual and I keep pushing as soon as it hits 6,500, it automatically shifts.
All right, so we're ready.
Need 2 feet.
Are you expecting any numbers or anything like that?
Oh, I don't know, man. I have no idea what this is going to do. I really don't know. You know, yeah, there's no predictions here. I have no idea what this is going to do. Heart rate's 112 right now, so yeah, it's a little high compared to what it usually is.
Should be exciting. This dyno run has been brought to you by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. All right, so they just did a run with their Kassel Performance tune. They did get about 15 gain on the horsepower and about 35 gain in torque. So they're doing some final touches to the Tune. They're adding some things to see if they can get more out of it. Do another run, and then they're going to do some runs with the UK Tune that Pat received from his friend over in the UK.
So the only modifications I've done in this is like open the valve for the exhaust, so it's open all the time. But when he's under full load, the valve should open by default.
Right.
The other thing I did was allow it to breathe a little bit better. There's a K&N in it, which really shouldn't matter. But I did modify the intake so that it has more noise to it. That's the only thing I modified. So really, you're getting the same flow that you would minus, the K&N filter, which would give you, or take away a couple horsepower. You just don't know.
It would also be like the old Japanese game, where for the longest time every car out of Japan was at 250, and that's what they recorded.
But other i8 owners that have put this thing in the dyno clearly said that, this thing is producing what it's producing, and it's consistent. So definitely, I don't think it's understated by the factory.
Yeah,
I think it's actually accurate by the factory.
The other question for you, Pat, is if you've got it charging right now, you're running up your battery, how long will your battery last for pulls like this?
Okay, so
what's your charge state like? What's your...
Right, that's a good question.
And I'll preface it with the reason I'm asking, Tesla, you can run it so many times, and then it drains, not even your launch mode, just your battery capacity.
This is different.
In Porsche, it'll give you every one.
So this will give you full power for 5 seconds. And then after that, it will start to diminish the amount of power that's coming from the front engine, from motor. And the reason for that is the cooling. It's going to get so hot that it can't keep it cool anymore, that it decides, okay, you got 5 seconds for your immediate off the line, and now I'm going to start throttling back on the electric. So you will not get, as he's doing this pull right now, when he goes full throttle, he's got about 5 seconds of torque coming from that front motor before it's all going back to the back.
All right, Pat, so what did you think about this whole process?
Well, first off, I'm really glad to have come along when you had your tune-in day at Kassel, because it really set expectations for me. Obviously, there are some challenges that we have to make sure that the tune gets uploaded to the car, maybe some configuration changes, maybe some issues. For me, I ran out of battery power for the front motor. Who would have thought? So things like that, obviously, are, we need to expect those for a tuning day. And spending about 3-4 hours here, I feel very, very well that the job was done correctly, and I'm looking forward to getting the car out on.
Be sure to go over to Pat's channel. It's Pat's Garage Online. I have the link in the description below. He is a genius when it comes to the i8. Hope you like this video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you soon.